Huh.
Hello there. I'm doing the 6 weeks of Soap of the Gods series, which is a soap made by Monica Gillum from Vanulay Soaps. And I'm seeing reviews of this soap, and I'm seeing little outliers, not a lot. I'm seeing really super positive reviews, and even the reviews that I'm talking about are really positive. They're just picky one way or the other a little bit, and that's to be expected. Guys will see things differently. They'll experience differently. They'll lather differently, all kinds of stuff. But now, one of the things that I've seen a couple times is, well, the soap lacks cushion. Well, cushion is a property of the lather, but it's also a property of the way that you lather. You know, if you put enough water in any soap, the cushion will go away because the lather will thin out. But I've not experienced any problem with cushion with Vanulay soaps. And what I'm going to do, I made a video earlier with Windwalker, her Windwalker scent. And I'm going to bowl lather and I'm going to face lather and show you the cushion that I can get with this soap. It's just your lather, dude. This soap is beautiful. Watch and see. So for the first thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to face lather. I'm going to use my Samo 1460 bore brush, and I'm going to load this sucker up with this Windwalker. Now understand, this is soap, so you have to have enough in your brush to do any kind of lathering with. So, alright, I think that's enough, and I'm going to add this to my face because it's on my hand. This kind of deal. Now, I'm not a face latherer. I prefer to lather with in a bowl. But I'm just doing this because, and it's not so much Vanulay soap, but because people, they talk about cushion, they talk about glide, and look at that stuff. And they think of it as a property of the soap. But they forget that stuff like that, look at my face. You see that? Okay, they forget stuff like that. It's also a property of how you lather the soap. You're going to tell me that there's no cushion in that soap? Look at the denseness of that lather. That's face lather. I don't do the whole lot, but it don't mean I can't. Okay. So let's take that off the face. And it'll be nice and slick. No problem. And I could have continued to work that lather, gotten it thicker, and fluffier, and fatter if I wanted to. But I'm just trying to show you that it's not just the soap, my friend. A lot of times, cushion, glide, if you want to call it that, or slickness, which in my face in my opinion are the same thing. And I'm going to bowl lather using my Ever Ready 100. A lot of times we forget slickness and glide and let me begin. to cushion and all of those things are a property of how you lather that soap. You know what? At the end of the day, if the soap is good quality, and the Vanillé is good quality, and there's a bunch of other good quality soaps out there, I mean hundreds and hundreds of them, okay, that people say, well, this soap doesn't have this kind of slickness, it doesn't have the glide I'm looking for, it doesn't have the cushion I'm looking for. Well, look at how you're lathering it. At the end of the day, we forget that it's about how we lather that soap. That's what's going to make the difference. It's what's going to make it matter as far as how the soap, it's what matters. I'm sorry, I'm not talking right. It's what matters as far as how we perceive that soap. Part of it is how we ourselves handle that lather. And whether or not we pay attention to the amount of water we put in. And one of the biggest faux pas that people are making today is they don't want to load the brush. I don't want to spend all that time loading my brush. Well, then you're going to get crappy lather. For the most part. You might find some soaps. There's some soaps out there that lather at the drop of a hat, and it don't take much of anything to get them to lather. Well, if that's all the soaps that you want to use, enjoy. But if you actually want to use a huge variety of soaps, look at that. And I could pile it on. See, that's one of the things I like about a bowl lather. If I lather a bowl by a bowl, I can pile it on up there. But if you want to use a large variety of soaps, look at that. There's plenty of cushion in that lather. Plenty of thickness, plenty of denseness. If you want to use a lot of different soaps, and you have to understand that part of the properties of that lather, a big part, assuming the soap is a good soap to begin with, a big part of that lather, how it reacts, how thick it is, how cushiony it is, how slick it is, that's going to depend on you and how you lather that soap. Now, I chose Vanillé, quite honestly, because it's the last soap that I saw before I started this video, where I saw somebody do a review and they loved the soap, but they thought it lacked just a little bit of cushion. I can get all the cushion I need out of this soap, and I can get all the cushion I need out of pretty much any good soap. It's just how I prefer to lather. Now, I'm not a fan of cushion. I could care less about cushion. I want slickness and glide because I want the razor to glide across my face nice and smooth. I don't want it to dig in or catch or anything like that. And I rate slickness as the #1 thing for that, because it'll help my razor glide across my face. But that's just my opinion and my experience and my preference. But it doesn't make any difference. The point still stands. You are responsible for your lather. You know, the shaving soap is not responsible to be so perfectly and easily lathered that you don't even have to, you can stand in front of your mirror like a mindless brute and flop your brush around a little bit and you got all kinds of lather. That's why we left the carts, because they said, okay, we're going to make it so that it's got 3 blades so it cuts really close, and we're going to make it where the head pivots and all kind of stuff so you can go and shave your face and not even have to think about it. Traditional shaving is all about thinking about what we're doing while we're doing it. That's what technique is about. That's what this all is about. And your lather is a part of that. How you make that lather determines what you're going to get. Simple as that. God bless you. And I'll talk to you later.